You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Salam. My name is Sheikh Abu Hakim Abdullah, President Chairman of Al-Masjid Sharia Law, a non-profit religious organization operating in the state of Rhode Island, USA. Last week I was talking to you about straightening up our deen. Not straightening up our deen, but straightening up ourselves in our deen. And doing what Allah told the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to do. Some of you might be aware of the fact that I'm trying to get a resolution passed by the state of Rhode Island against terrorism of all kinds. I think it's all the same thing, regards to whether it's a little bit of terrorism or whatnot. See, I don't believe in the white lie and the black lie. They're all lies to me. The little lie and the big lie. That the people used to be told by the children used to be told that, oh, that's an all right lie. That's a white lie. That's a right lie because that's a white lie. And this is a black lie. It's a bad lie. Well, I don't accept that, and neither should you. A lie is a lie, regardless to what size it is or what kind it is. A lie is a lie. As a lie is a tone of something that is not true. But anyway, some of you realize that I'm trying to get a resolution passed. I'm asking for signatures from you. I have some signatures here, as you can see. I guess you can't see it. Oh, you can see it. You can see it because I can see it. I have some signatures here that you can see. I'm asking for you this is what you're going to receive in the mail. Some of you will receive this in the mail. This is a form. I'm not sending this to the FBI, the CIA, or nobody else. This is a form that is known any place that any place you have been to buy a pair of pants and whatnot, you fill out. The store form you fill out. The forms you fill out, you sign on your receipt. This is it. The same, it's nothing no different. At the bottom of it, I have a place for signature. Right here. There's also an area here that you can put your name and address in. Now, with that will be sent an envelope. This size envelope will be sent to you with this. Some of you will receive it. I don't have the stamps and stuff to send them all out to everybody in Rhode Island, the 1 million people in Rhode Island. I don't have the stamps to do that or the help to do that. I'm operating this thing here more with a few people. Now, in there, if you want to send some assistance, you can do that. If you want to say, okay, I want to assist you in so-and-so, you can do that. If you want to say, can I come over and help send some of your letters, take some of your letters off your hand, you can do that. If you want to pass some of them out in your church, you can do that. If you want to pass them out on your job, you can do that. Because I want citizens of Rhode Island to sign this, to fill this out. I would take this here to the Secretary of the House, the Secretary of the Senate, and I would give this to the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate, and to several members of the House and Senate, but they would ask for this resolution that would come out. After that, we would take the resolution and then write a letter to all states showing them what Rhode Island has done against terrorism. I'm not asking you to go out there and join up and come out with your rifle and your pistol or some sticks and stones. I'm asking you to come and fill this out, and I'll take it down there and whatnot. We're not asking you to fight anybody. We're not asking you to fight anyone. We're not asking you to go ahead and join up and come out here and march down the street. We're not asking you that. What we're saying is to give statements that the people of Rhode Island want to have a resolution passed against terrorism by the state of Rhode Island. That's all you're saying. With that alone, we can then get a domino effect. You know what a domino effect is, right? The domino effect is like one domino hit this domino, hit that domino, hit that domino, hit that domino, hit that domino, and all the way around, all the dominoes start falling. We will have a domino effect against terrorism that will be seen by CNN, Al Jazeera, all different radio programs to talk about it, we'll be talking about it. All the news broadcasters will have it on their news programs, against, I guess, sooner or later. And it'd be sent to the governors of other states and representatives of other states. To make sure that it be seen by the people, it'd be sent to the representatives of the state and to the newspaper there, asking the other states to do the same. Then we take all these resolutions and put them into one thing and send them to the House of Representatives and the Senate of the United States government. And say, this is what the people of the United States did. Now, with that, there be people outside of Rhode Island, outside of the United States, that will begin to do the same thing. They would begin to change their attitude towards speaking up against this thing. When there's a bear running loose in the woods in Alaska, the Jews, the Christians, the Baptists, the Holy Sanctified, and everybody else, the Muslims and everybody else, will get together to fight that bear and run it back out. Regardless to who they, I'm not asking you, the Muslims, to marry the Christians or to go to bed with the Christians and marry them, go in the Christian church and hang out. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking both of you, the Muslim and the Christians and the non-believers, to put their name on a piece of paper together and stand up together complaining about the same thing that's affecting both of them. This is what I'm asking them you to do. And the faster you do it, the better it is. Those of you that do not receive one of these, if you put a card in the newspaper, put a card with my name on it and the answer on it, and address it to our new mailbox, which is right here in Providence, Onlyville. It says to, I can't put my glasses, I just broke my glasses, see that? I just broke my glasses, see? I got one glass here in it. It's probably the bad good eye. So I just broke my glasses. And it says here, AMSA Incorporated, Box 29063, Providence, Rhode Island, 02909-998 or 997. That's my address to the post office. Now, I can have a hard time getting to the post office now because of the weather. But I will try to get to the post office and pick up the mail. My website number you got coming on there is www.youtube.com, user Sheikh Abdullah 7. And my Gmail is Sheikh Abdullah 75 gmail.com. And the telephone number and fax number is 401-434-4812. And you can ask me to send you one of these. You just put a card in there, a little card, in the envelope, and send it to me and say, Sheikh, I have some people here. Could you send me at least 4 of them envelopes? They come in a package like this. They come like this. They come like this here. It's together like this. There's on the opening, on the front of it, there's the letter that I sent to the President of the United States. It says, Mr. President, salam, peace. Copies was mailed to Rhode Islanders, state representatives, to the Senate and House, as well as the Washington, D.C. representatives. I am also a Rhode Islander, and have worked with them for some years now on a few programs. We're talking about Reed and all them other ones. So they got copies of this. The League of Citizen Towns got copies of this. That means that the 39 citizen towns are voting upon this here to endorse it and whatnot, to say this is a good idea, let's do this thing here against this. Let's help save our soldiers, our people, the non-combatants, our children, and the people overseas children. Let's work together here. And this is what this is all about. So I appreciate you turning around and if you want some of this, I will mail it to you. You can make some copies of it. If your church wants some of this, I'll mail it to you. I'll mail copies, and you can print them up and make some and sign them and get them back to me as fast as possible. I have on the envelope, here's one of the envelopes I sent it in. This is one of the envelopes. It says urgent, and it says the name of the person or resident. See, I don't know if you're still there or not, so I put all resident for the mailman to drop it off in the box anyway. Now, if you want to do that, I send it to you right away, and we can get this thing started. Because everybody's waiting to see me get it started. I have been some time trying to get it started. And it would be beneficial for Rhode Island, and it would be beneficial for the people here in Rhode Island. It will also show that the Rhode Island people are standing together against a common enemy. We're not allies. We're not asking to become allies with the Catholics or the Protestants or the Jews or the Muslims and that. We're not saying that. We're saying that we stand up together against an evil system, an evil idea that has taken over this world. And it's everywhere, and it's growing. It's growing larger and larger like weeds. You stomp one out and another one come up. You stomp it out another. You ever see a kid walk down the street and stomp on some water? And when you stomp on the water, it makes a bunch of ripples going like that and become a tidal wave. That's what a tsunami is. The earth shakes and blows up, and the wave gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till it's 100 feet in the air. That's a tsunami. That's what's happening with terrorism. It's all over the place now. It's all over the place. People are beginning to stand up against stuff all over the world. And it's not going to stop. Killing bin Laden is not stopping it. Killing them brothers overseas is not stopping it. What must stop it is all of us must work together to stop it. We must stop feeding it. We must stop giving it food. We done start giving it money. There's many people in this world that want us to fight. You got people that want war on this earth in order to make money. You got people here ready to go ahead and start oil fights. You got people trying to make war in Afghanistan. You got people trying to keep war in Nigeria and Algeria. You got people in Yemen still trying to make war. So we must come together and stand up against this thing. I'm asking you, and I'm not pleading with you, I'm asking you. I'm saying to help yourself join this program. Come into the program. Recognize that I'm not asking you, like I said, I'm not asking you to come and go out there and beat up nobody. We're not talking about marching around Kennedy Plaza, signs. With signs in our hand. Or down Homewood Avenue with signs in our hand. We're not talking about that. We're talking about getting some papers together. You can sign them in your house. I'm not going to stand up there and give these to the newspapers and nobody. I'm just going to give these here, show these here to the House of Representatives, to the House Senate. Let them see this stuff, and then they see that there's a lot of people that want this thing to be happening. And it'd be taken from different neighborhoods so they would understand that different people want to do this. I don't care if you're Protestant, I don't care if you're black, yellow, green, or orange. I don't care if you're Muslim or non-Muslim. I don't care if you're Christian or Catholic or Jew or what. We must stand up against this thing and get it and take care of our needs. Now you be talking about this person ain't this and this person ain't that, and we don't want this and we don't want that. Well, stand up against the save your brothers, save your sons overseas. Save the people, this country. Sooner or later, it's going to come back to us here in the road of the United States. So let's keep it from coming here. Alhamdulillah. So that's what I'm doing now. So give me some names, give me the people. Like I said, if you want some copies of this, I'll send them to you. If your church, any church that wants to put it, any church that will allow me to come there and have people sign up for it, I will come there or send somebody there. And they can sign the petition. You see, they can sign the petition. On the petition, it states, on the petition it just says, I, the undersigned, do hereby endorse AMSA Incorporated proposal for the people of Rhode Island and New England to come together as one body, Muslims and non-Muslims, against any and all types of terrorism and terrorists, evil actions and deeds against mankind everywhere. I also agree that there should be a joint resolution representing calling upon the General Assembly and the governor to call upon all the states and the countries to do the same as the citizens of Rhode Island and New England. But now I'm asking the governor to do the same. When they get the resolution, take it to the governor's office and ask them to have copies of this sent throughout the United States by email or by any kind of way they can. I will help them do this, and I will help do this here for them and send this thing to different states in this country. And I will also send copies of it overseas to the people of overseas. I will send them to the mayors of those places overseas where they can distribute copies of it to the different organizations over there. And show them that more people are standing up against this besides them. Now, this is not saying to anybody, this is not joining in a relationship or allies with anybody that our way of life, that Islam tells us we shouldn't do. This is coming up, stand up to protect our people, our children, and whatnot here in the United States. So I want you to go ahead and do this thing, and do it as soon as possible. I will tell you, I will talk about it each week. And like I said, I will close out and let you know that I am not a terrorist. I don't accept terrorism. Islam doesn't accept terrorism. Islam does not accept that. It's forbidden for Muslims to do this kind of stuff. They do it as Muslims. It's not part of the deen, and they represent themselves. They're not representing Islam. The brother, the imam of the mosque, the biggest mosque, one of the strongest mosques in the world, is in Mecca. The brother in charge of the Meccan Masjid, where we go to make Hajj at, the brother that's in charge of the masjid, where in Mecca, the house that was built by Ibrahim, said that he considers them apostates, those that ran away from their way of life. That's what he considered terrorists, apostate. Now he's speaking up for Islam as the head imam of the masjid in Saudi Arabia. And he's speaking up for them inside, on the web, on the web, the international media, and all that's got his picture, got his statement. I, for one, am trying to get y'all to help do this. I need your help. We gotta help each other doing this. I think this is a powerful idea. I believe there's a very powerful idea and can benefit us a great deal. It can be a benefit for the people of Rhode Island, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. It can benefit us. It's not going to put no money in our pockets, but it benefits us. So I advise you to go ahead and sign this and deal with this thing as soon as possible. Please respond. Don't let the color of my skin or the garments I wear stop you from doing what you need to do. You see, don't let that stand in the way, because that was in the way when I did that. That was part of the reason why you didn't get the 20-something billion worth of business coming from Kuwait into Rhode Island when I was doing the Sister City, Sister State program between Rhode Island and Kuwait. Is the racial parts came into play, and they didn't want me to be the one that put this thing together. They wanted to put it together themselves. They tried to get me out of it, and that wasn't that. And in order to do it, they even said that openly on television. I got that on the House. You can ask representatives in the House that was there. You can ask Gordon Fox. You can ask all these people. There was lies told against me and everything else in that House. Big lies told against me. And another thing, Muslims do not swear allegiance to any country, just like the church doesn't, and nobody, the members of the church doesn't, and nobody in the courthouse do it, and whatnot. And yet Muslims got the same right as clergy as everybody else. And that's what I do not put my hand on my heart and swear allegiance to the flag. I confirm to the flag of the United States. I confirm when I went into the armed forces. When I went into the army in the 50s, I went into the army. I confirmed then. They did not ask me to swear allegiance. I confirmed my position. When I go to court, I do not swear in the court. I confirm my position. I don't put my hand on the book and make it swear. I confirm. And I tell the truth. This is big. I tell just as much truth that way as it would if I could put my hand on the Bible and say, I swear by so and so. We do not swear by Jesus or God or anything. We confirm. So that's what was used against me another time in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, by certain people that I now today, behind what they said and what they did, I wouldn't shake their hand one bit, because they was wrong in what they did. They put a personal thing on something they had no business putting on it, and they put a personal thing on it, and they had no business doing that. And now they're paying for it, because now we got no jobs here, and that would have brought thousands of jobs into Rhode Island. There's a man came here one time. Let me tell you this. A man came here, offered to open up the piers, to dig the ground up, to dig the water up, and make boats can come in, ships can come in here. They from Kuwait and United Arab Emirates and all over the world to do business through Rhode Island at Quonset Point. That's the truth. Call up the House of Representatives or the Senate, and they would tell you about this. You want to know the truth? And it was denied by Almond and Concheri. Almond and Concheri denied this thing. Sutherland went and tried to do this. Sutherland was trying to get it done. But Almond and Concheri denied it. Not that the people denied it. They denied it for the people. This is what kind of leadership is Joe put in charge of you. And I can prove all that on paper. I can prove all that with television, with the cameras. All that was on television. And I'm saying to you right now, it's better than having some boats run up and down the water, and only a chosen few get to enjoy that money from them boats. There's also no game room where we gave out $80-something million to a guy that cheated us, told a lie, went bankrupt. I couldn't get car fare to go to Kuwait from anybody. They told me they couldn't give me no money to go to Kuwait. And I was going to bring back the goose. Not only the egg, but the goose that laid the golden eggs. I was going to bring back the whole goose and lay it right here on top of the table to you. Here. All I was asking for is be the clearinghouse to make sure they didn't have support going over there. They wouldn't send no liquor over there, no bombs over there. That's why I wanted to go to the clearinghouse. I wanted all the stuff to come through the clearinghouse. That's all I wanted. They could have had the whole program. I wanted that part.